Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to No Man's Sky. Today, we are going to be picking right back up with our expedition here, working on our Corvette. You can see it right here. Now, I did do a little bit of work since our last episode. I did not change anything on our Corvette itself, I believe. I may have thrown down the refiner in here as I was working on some stuff. I know we'd had a few issues with that sometimes, erasing resources if we like warped or did certain actions, but I was at least careful not to do that. But I did do a couple of things, mostly just harvesting a bunch of resources so that we would have a few more things to work with as we do stuff in this episode. So you'll notice, first of all of our Corvette modules are gone out of this storage. Now don't panic. Basically, I learned that we can come over to this terminal here in the space station and store all the modules right here. And that way we don't have to fill up our storage in our actual Corvette. We can just have them stashed in a space station, and then whenever we come and want to modify our ship, and I still don't know why it's showing up, or it's not showing our name whenever we do that, but we'll worry about that another time. But when we go here, we can actually access all of the different parts that we've collected so far. So as you can see, I did also collect a few additional parts as I was just harvesting resources. I did that on a planet with the salvageable scrap, and I picked some of that up whenever I came upon it. So we do have a few more parts to work with as well. I still think we are going to hold off on doing any significant modifications right now, because I believe that some of the rewards for some of the expedition milestones are going to continue. They're going to continue to include some more parts packs, so I think maybe we'll continue on for now, and then we'll do maybe like a little rework of our Corvette at maybe near the end of the episode, or if we need to do that to complete some milestones, we can do it at that point, because now I'm also remembering we are going to need to be doing some planting, and that might need some more space for those actual plants in our Corvette. So we'll see. Now I did also kind of preview some of these, and I did notice we're first of all going to get a HAB modules pack by signing into the next rendezvous station, and then we're going to get the ability to get the plant seeds by installing some more inventory modules. So I think that we want to right away try to get these done, and that way we'll actually be able to do that harvesting. So I think kind of first of all, we need to just get moving toward that next check-in station. But before we do that, I'll just kind of show the last couple things that I did here. I tried to make some more, I guess it's just kind of like recharging stuff. I collected a bunch of these resources. You can kind of see there we have a little bit better collection. I talked to a bunch of the NPCs here at the space station, and some of the rewards that I got for doing so, most importantly, included this advanced mining laser. I got that right at the end of my little kind of extra time just harvesting stuff between episodes here. So I haven't even used this yet, but that is going to help us out considerably, being able to harvest additional things on planets. So I think that that is about it. But yeah, I think that we can go ahead and head on our way. I just wanted to kind of get you guys caught up so that none of that stuff kind of catches you by surprise when we do indeed start using any of those resources, or like that advanced mining laser, for example. So anyway, yeah, I think that we should be good now. Oh yeah, now this little pop-up at the bottom is also reminding me here. Unlock new blueprints at the space anomaly. I believe that we can actually summon in here the space anomaly, and this is something that we had not done yet. So this is also something that normally you have to go through a decent bit of the main starting quest in the game to unlock. But again, this is kind of reworked for the expedition, and so we can just kind of summon it right away. And the space anomaly is kind of this like big kind of a social hub. Now again, I have multiplayer turned off, so it's not really going to seem like a social hub, but typically this is going to be your best way if you're just kind of out and about to be able to see other players kind of randomly in the game. And you can come out here and yeah, there's like some teleporters over here to get to the main area. I've never actually landed a Corvette here before. But there's a bunch of stuff going on here. We won't go through it all right now. But there's some other vendors and stuff that you can get different upgrades and unlocks and rewards and things. And the part that I actually did want to kind of come check out was some of this stuff back here, because part of what I was harvesting a lot of, did I leave them in the starship? Yeah, were these salvage data modules. And so we could potentially unlock a bunch of different technology things. Like if we wanted to build a base anywhere, this is where we could have some additional tech to do so. So that would be one option if we want to do any of that. And even honestly, as I was kind of just getting to that page, some of this could even be just decoration stuff if we wanted to put this in our Corvette. So we have 74 salvage data. I went a little bit crazy trying to get a bunch of that stuff. Or we can talk to some of these people and get like some starship upgrades. And I believe that all of these would work with our Corvette as well. And so, okay, these are spending nanites, not the, I'm already forgetting the word for it, but not those other like tech modules. And these would be things that we can install in the tech slots on our Corvette, that would have various effects. Like this one might be interesting, the teleport receiver, so that we can transport things between our ship a little bit further. So like I'm gonna try to just unlock one or two of these things and just see if we can use them. If we can't right now, eventually, if we do end up converting this to a normal save after the expedition, we'll be able to put these on just a normal ship, and I'm sure we'll be getting at least a few of those of normal ships as well. So this won't be a waste regardless, but that will be a helpful thing to have. And honestly, that might be the only ship upgrade I grab at the moment. We could get some exosuit upgrades. Is there anything we really want here? Honestly, I may hold off on these for now. I would like this personal refiner, but I think that I saw that we get this hazmat gauntlet for free later, so I don't want to spend money on it unnecessarily. There's multi-tool research as well, so we can look at all these. There's like a bunch of different weapons that we can get. We've ended up kind of getting all these for free. Like we got that advanced mining unit, as I mentioned, from just talking to somebody. We got a fishing rig as a reward. What's this optical drill? I can't even afford it right now, but I think that this gives us just like extra yield, which that would actually be incredibly helpful. So that might even be something we try to save up for. Just a bunch of different little upgrades that we could work toward. I don't know that we need to get a ton of those right now, just since we don't have tons of nanites, but I think we can at least try. Oh, I think I can even try to do it from here. And it looks like I can install that. I don't know if this technology is helped by being next to anything that we have right now. So I might stick it next to nothing, honestly. And see, I'll need to make some antimatter. Which, can I even do that already? I can, perfect. So yeah, so now we've got this teleport receiver, and we can send stuff to our ship from a little bit further away. But I do kind of want to check through the construction modules here just a bit and see if there's anything that we might want to unlock. I don't know that we're going to do tons of base building during this expedition, but having the option could be a good idea. Now, if we do any base building, we're going to want to have power available. So batteries and solar panels are going to be important. So we could unlock a roamer, kind of the first basic exocraft, which, as I was mentioning last time, that can be really helpful to have, and I really enjoy using. But we would have to build this every time, this platform for kind of summoning it in each system, or on each planet, I guess. Because we don't have a freighter to be able to put like the materializer on to be able to kind of warp it around. So I don't know if it would actually be helpful right now during the expedition. Am I still tempted to get it a little bit? Kind of want to, just to make sure that we do have that unlocked. All right, and then any other kind of basic tech stuff here. Now, it may not be a bad idea to unlock a bigger refiner. It does have to be installed at a base, but it would, if we built a small base, we could refine some bigger stuff. It's definitely something that would be helpful in the long run, so let's go ahead and do that. Now, I'm waiting on the landing pad for the moment because we can't actually land our Corvette at a landing pad, and since that's what this whole thing is about, I'm not worried about it for the moment. I may get a trade terminal. I don't know that we can install one in our Corvette. I kind of feel like we would not be allowed to. But again, if we do build a small base somewhere, that would be very convenient to have. And then as far as just being able to quickly build a base, some of these just prefabs are really nice to have. So let's get a few of these things. Let's get the cylindrical room and a door. I think that I might work our way down to the biodome because that's really nice for growing things. And I think we should have enough to get that. And that does spend most of our salvage data. So we might stop there, or do I just go crazy with it? Ooh, we should probably get the storage container. It does annoy me slightly that you have to unlock all these one by one. And I think there is a quest in the main game to unlock those for free, but that way we could at least have access to our first storage container from the base. So that unlocks a decent amount of parts for us there. Again, I don't know if this is necessarily the recommended way that you should go about starting to unlock some things. Some of those may have a better way to get some things for free, but that's at least the way that I'm going to do it for now. And that'll at least let us, if we so choose, get a little bit of a base set up somewhere. So that'll wrap things up here in the anomaly real quick, and now we can actually go get back to the expedition. All right, well, let's get out of here. We need to pull up our map and then head toward the... Oops, I didn't really mean to go into free look there, but I think that is where we need to go for our next check-in point. This won't be the right system for it, but this at least gets us headed in the right direction. Oh man, we got a freighter under attack. I wonder if this is actually going to let us get a freighter. Oh geez. Although this does not seem like the freighter attacks that I am used to for getting a freighter. Oh my gosh, and there's so many ships attacking it. That's a cool looking ship that we're fighting right now, though. Oh man, this thing turns so clunky. That is one thing I was seeing some talk about online in relation to the Corvettes. It'd be cool if the Corvettes maybe didn't fight exactly like the normal ships. If there could be some sort of alternative way to fire where like you didn't have to be facing head on, especially as you build a bigger and bigger ship. If you could have like side mounted guns, which for a larger ship like kind of makes sense a little bit. I mean, it's kind of what some of the freighters have mounted on them, and obviously we're nowhere near the size of a freighter. But we're also a lot bigger and not quite as agile as these little ships. I don't know quite what their name classification would be, but there we go. We are, oh geez, we have saved the day there. All right, there's some nice gibberish for us. The life form, who must be the captain of this freighter, looks greatly relieved. They gesture as if to welcome me aboard their vessel. All right, that should give us navigation. Yeah, all right, where are we headed here? Ah, we went through the planet's ring. That's why things got so cloudy there for a moment. All right, well, this is a very tiny little freighter here. Oh, and I've never actually landed on a freighter as a Corvette. I forget that this, this doesn't actually land you, so we have to beam aboard here. And I should be able to teleport up top, I think. Oh, I have to go around the other side of this. Okay. Just a little disoriented on where we're at. All right, let's talk to the commander. All right, Traveler Corvax. That's all we can understand here. All right, lights flicker rapidly against the life form's visor, and their head nods imperceptibly forwards. They seem to be showing me gratitude. They gesture toward the control panel of the freighter, as if to suggest I take command. All right, here I was saying that we're not getting a freighter, and we're getting a freighter right away. So let's inspect this thing. It is an A-class freighter. I don't think that it's like a capital ship. I'll be honest, I don't know necessarily how to tell, but it just looks a lot smaller than some of the ones that I've obtained in the past. Now that being said, I know that some people do like wait and get their free freighter until they can get like kind of the optimal one. But that said, I'd rather just go ahead and get my hands on one of these things, especially because we did manage to get an A-class on our first shot here. So we're just gonna take this thing. That is nice. So here we go. Freighter fleets. Owning a freighter brings several benefits, including a portable base, a very large inventory, and the ability to command fleets of frigates. Freighters offer extra inventory storage. Additional starships can be docked in the freighter's hangar. Command expeditions from the bridge, not the kind of expedition we're doing right now, different things. And construct a base aboard the freighter. So we can inspect our fleet. Do we have a fleet already? Okay, we do. We already have one frigate. So those are kind of an in-between size to our freighter here and the Corvette that we've been working with. So actually, wait, if I go manage this, we can actually go teleport aboard the frigate that we have here. Okay. That's not how that's supposed to work, but this might be bad. Okay, well, this is not how this is supposed to work. Let's see if we can just try to land back on our freighter somehow? And if not, we may just have to reload a save. So I think this also doesn't even really exist. Oh, hey! We did a milestone. What do you know? Because I think that our freighter base exists somewhere right up here. Yeah, because that's the bridge. So our freighter base should be like right here. Let's see if we can just fly into the hangar. This is strange. Oh, hello. We're not quite in the hangar. Yeah, let's just reload a save here. Hopefully. Well, that is not ideal. Oh, you know what we could do? Where's the thing that we used in the very beginning? Yeah, this orbital uplink. Shouldn't we still have one of those? Well, we can just use it now. Is that like a one-time use thing? Or did I, like, lose mine? Oh, it is a one-time use thing. Interesting. All right, well, that at least saved us. All right, well, note to self. Teleporting aboard the frigates is a little bit hazardous at the moment. But as you can see, we've got our freighter here, and our frigate should be... Is this our frigate right here? I think we actually technically can't. Maybe if I land our ship directly? Oh, all right. Captain Entity, the crew have been surveying and processing both the planetary deposits and local asteroids. The minerals are yours should you want them. Collect the cargo. That's kind of cool. All right, let's teleport aboard. Hey, there we go. Now we're actually on board. So different types of these frigates are going to look a little bit different, and there's not a whole lot you can actually do with them, but sometimes after you send them out on their own little expeditions, they will come back a little bit busted up, and so you'll have to run around on board them and go to different spots and fix them up. So you'll have to kind of just get used to where you'll need to run around and fix some things, but they are just kind of cool to be able to run around a little bit. So that's really all that I wanted to be able to show, is that you can kind of run around on these things to different portions of the ship and see these up close and in person. So we could walk up there, go up some of those ladders, check out those parts of the ship. But yeah, that's really all I was trying to show you guys. That turned into a whole thing. So we could go aboard our docked vessel, or we can actually just teleport right back aboard the freighter, and that will bring us right back aboard here. So in addition to having the frigate controls there, this would take us back down to the hangar bay, but we've also got, this is our freighter base, and there's not a whole lot going on with it right now. We've basically got a couple of hallways, so we can build in here, if I hit the right buttons. So right now we only know how to make corridors and doors. Oh no, I lied. So we can make a fleet command room, the trade terminal, and I think we learned that basically because we unlocked it for just a normal base. We've got a cultivation chamber. We do have all the storage rooms unlocked here as well as a refiner. And then we've got the posters that we've unlocked for doing our mission here so far. So that is all pretty cool. Oh man, yeah, we got a lot of decking out here as well, actually. Very nice. So I don't think we'll mess around with that here too much. We'll eventually be able to get some additional upgrades. Yeah, this is the screen I was looking for. So the main things that are going to be helpful here, having a teleport chamber is very handy. That way we can teleport from our freighter either to other space stations, or if we set up bases places, that can let us just teleport directly to and from the freighter. Let's see, the scanner room is a really big one. We can scan the entire system that we're in and get information on all the planets right away. So that's probably one of the very first things that we're going to try to unlock once we can get some salvage frigate modules. These really just let you add some space into your freighter, which isn't the biggest deal. Again, as I was mentioning earlier, I really like having the exocraft materializer. That way we can build an exocraft once and then just be able to summon our freighter and then teleport our exocraft anywhere in the system. And yeah, those are kind of the big things I would really like to get at some point. We will mess with that another time, I think. Again, we're mostly focused on Corvettes, not freighters right now. Let's at least check what this guy's quest is at the moment before stepping out. So Corvette says, please to calculate routes for the traveler captain, but the fleet requires a fleet command room before it can depart. Navigator Form has prepared an expedition for my fleet, but my freighter lacks the fleet command room. I need to maintain... Okay, so we will have to worry about that another time. So we can't send our frigates out on an expedition just yet. All right, well, let's set our quest back to the expedition and get going here once again. All right. Oh yeah, and we did get another expedition milestone, the extracurricular Drift Among the Stars. So we got some movement system upgrades, a cloaking device, a scanning system upgrade. Honestly, that all sounds fantastic to me. Yeah, suspicious movement module. We'll throw that right there. Is this one supercharged? Is this one any better? Oh gosh, that one is better. Supercharge that guy then. Oh yeah. Let's see, what else do we get here? A cloaking device. I think that is for our multi-tool. Yeah. I'll throw it on there. I think it's like an alt fire kind of a thing. I don't know that we'll really end up using it that much. Now, one thing I will say, you may not want to have everything actually installed on your multi-tool because you have to like cycle through as many things as are installed more or less to be able to use the different functions. But for now, I'm just leaving everything on there. Let's see, we got one more upgrade. It was this, a suspicious scanner module, which will help we get a lot more rewards for scanning things. Nice. That will just help with our income. All right, so back to the galaxy map. For now, we're just going to continue warping our way forward here to the next rendezvous. Oh, and I forgot to do it at the last system. I didn't do it at a bunch of the previous ones, but we are going to do it here. I'm going to make sure I stop here at the space station and get my suit upgrade. But yeah, as you can see, we're at a different space station now, and all those Corvette modules are still here. So it doesn't matter which station you're at. Those should... keyword should all still be there. So that is why for now at least we are going to hopefully rely on that system and keep that as our storage. But you know, there's always a chance that something bugs out, we lose all those and have a very bad day. Right, and we just repeat the process till we get where we need to go. Yeah, I really don't know what's up with so many things getting just blocked off here, name-wise. It seems very strange. That planet looks kind of pretty. I don't know if a humid planet is actually going to be a nice planet, though. All right, exosuit upgrade acquired, and off to the next system. Oh man, we're already getting our next pirate attack here too. Well, hopefully we can get through this a little bit better. For whatever reason, this is feeling a lot easier to fight. Everything is going a little bit straighter. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. One more, or is that it? There we go. Easy enough. Comes. There we go. The life form, who must be the captain of the freighter, looks greatly relieved. They gesture as if to welcome me aboard. The alien barks a loud battle cry as I approach, celebrating our victory. They gesture toward the control panel as if to suggest I take command, so we can inspect this. And if it were a better one, we could just, you know, take it over. But we are not going to do that because it is not better. So instead, we're actually going to go back and request payment instead. So it looks like from that we got a cargo bulkhead for our freighter, which gives us some more room, which is nice. I wish we could have got a upgrade module to get some tech, but you know. So I do want to check real quick here. Oops. On our galactic map, how much further? Okay, that... No, there it keeps going. There we go. There is our next rendezvous. So we've still got like 3-ish more jumps, 4 more jumps. My goodness. It's a lot further to this next place than it was to our first check-in. Now this would definitely also go faster if I weren't worrying about getting the suit upgrades, but I'm trying to be not impatient and do my due diligence here and get these upgrades because it definitely helps out in the long run. Oh, we have jumped ourselves out of hyperdrive fuel. There we go. Luckily, I had pre-made a good chunk before the episode, so that should get us through for at least the rest of today. Alright, finally, this should be our last jump to make it to the second rendezvous. There we go. So let's go check in. Alright, Atlas Aeron Surveillance Uplink Glass. Anomaly Definition Data Lost. Directive Suppress Anomalies. Directive Cleanse Anomalies. Directive Target Anomalies. Imprint Iteration Signature. Imprinting Traveler Cauldron Wizard. Anomaly Definition 100% restored. Alright, signed in at the second rendezvous station. Alright, let's get our reward here. Corvette Habitation Modules Pack. So, we got some walkways and an ambassador hab. So, next, if I remember correctly, we need to install inventory modules. And that will let us be able to have room to put in these living walls. That way we can plant things and then harvest things. So, basically what I think that means is that it might be finally time to do some modifications of our ship. So, let's modify good old asterisks here. And let's see what we want to do. So I'm a little bit concerned about deleting pieces, because I have definitely heard some issues where deleting pieces like legitimately deleted them rather than moving them to the the Corvette storage over there. And that's not exactly what I want to do. So we're going to be a little bit careful about how we go about this. All right, so let's look at what all we've got to work with here. So I know we got a bunch of these Zenith reactors, and they are going to help the warp cell efficiency. So if we put some of these on, that would actually help us warp further. And that could be nice, given how many warps that just took us to get here. The big thing that this is wanting us to do is add habs. And then we've got some additional just decorative items that we can use, including some glass. So I think we've got 2 ambassador habs. I'm just going to kind of get these out for now, and then we can gradually shuffle the pieces around and stuff as needed. That way we don't actually delete anything. So I think being able to put something like on top like this, on top of the landing bay, that will look nice. That gets us a bunch of additional space. I don't think I'm gonna go like actually stacked like this. This is looking a little bit ridiculous right here. Let me momentarily move this up here. And then... Oh, cool. We just crashed. Alright, so... modifying our Corvette is where we were at. I'm going to try... pulling these off and seeing if we kept them. So if I did that, do we have a Medusa reactor? We do, okay. So I think we are safe to do that, at least for now. So let's grab an Ambassador Hab. And I'm gonna put a Titan class walkway to extend that, I think. I wonder if we need all of them, actually, because if that's the case... Well, if that's the case, we'll do... We'll just do something like this, maybe? Actually, what if we did that up there? We could consider a window in front. We could even do another window up top, maybe. We'll think about that. Actually, maybe a window right there. And then what kind of wings or diffusers do we have? Do I have 2 of these? No. Do I have 2 of these? No. I think I have 2 of these. But those, yeah, those only can face that way. I can't flip them forward. Now I could put our other... Oh, the other thing I needed to think about is if we could fit somehow one of the Zenith reactors in a reasonable manner. So if I attached an engine by a reactor, we could attach... That's not a bad idea as far as being a way to get some Zenith reactors added on. And what about we just like meshed those in that way? I don't hate that. We would need a way to mesh that all together a little bit better. What do we think? Hold on. Oh, do I only have 1 wing? Oh my gosh, this is killing me. Alright. Let's see. And I've only got 1 cowling there. About speed cowling. No, we've only got 1 of those. And I mean, I could start trading some parts as well. That is always an option. But I think that the trade rates are pretty rough. I think that's going to interfere with the window a lot if I put that here. And we need a shield back on. And the ion barrier is the best shield, it looks like. Oh, and I do have 2 of them. We're gonna start running out of room for all these things, though. Ooh, we do have 2 of these engine covers. that at least kind of helps the shape a bit. Yeah, I just don't love the top section. Let's see if we don't need the top section, maybe. Because that's looking a lot better without it. So let's throw that window back on the back, because I think that looks cool. We still need the shields back on, which we could throw there. Okay, that actually looks pretty cool. And out of curiosity, what does the other window look like here? Ooh, I like that better. I like that much better. But I do like that one in the back. Okay. We need our weapons back on. Man, I wish we could attach it on the engine. That would be cool. Okay, I can attach it underneath. As long as that wouldn't interfere with its ability to work. That would be kind of neat. Now, I just don't really use the rockets. Maybe we put the photon cannon there. Why wouldn't the... Oh, I just don't have any to build. Like, that looks neat. Actually, if we had multiple rockets, having them sticking out the side there is not horrible. And that even kind of blends. I don't know what it's snapping onto, but that wouldn't be bad either. Okay, but we do need to find a way to decorate the top. So we have shields, we have weapons. Oh, I actually... Oh, no, I don't have those. I just lit up because it was hovering over it. Darn. Do I have 2 of these? No. And I've only got 1 of these as well. Oh, I didn't even realize these could snap on the side. If they are snapping on the side, those would actually look pretty cool right there as well. I actually don't hate having the Medusa reactor still. And then just for decoration's sake, maybe we like throw that there. Or maybe we, what if we put it in front, or the reactor in front of it? No, the reactor needs to go behind. So yeah, what are we thinking about that? I think that's a potentially big upgrade. I think we'll need to hop in to make sure. And then we'll have to double check that this will count for the expedition requirement as far as adding the storage. I don't know if we have to have 3 habs or if 2 will be sufficient. Now, if we need 3, I've technically got 2 walkways installed. There's one right there and one right there. And so we could extend both layers out by 1, move one of our walkways down below, and just extend this whole thing. Maybe we just preemptively go ahead and do that. And then we're going to put our other ambassador hab there. Gonna move that up top and then slide that around. And then I need to move those forward. And honestly, just the fact that that has a slight gap there is not like a big problem. And maybe I just move, whoops, everything forward. Like, I don't love that empty space. What happens if we threw a reactor there? Do we like that? Not really. What happens if we put one of these here? Actually, I like that better. Let me scooch that out of the way for a minute. Let's throw this underneath again. And then is there like a fouling or something to use? Oops. Nope, 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 nope. What if we did that? How are we feeling with that? And then, do I have 2 of these? Oh, I do. Does that do anything? Don't love that, actually. Man, I wish I had 2 matching Powlings. I may trade for that, actually. Do I have 2 of these? No. Ooh. Oops. That, actually, I kind of like. And then we could throw our guns on top and put the torpedo on the bottom. Alright, so we need to get... What are you? Argonaut fuel cover. If we get another Argonaut fuel cover and throw that right there, I think this might be it. Now, what if we also threw another engine on? Do we like that as a concept? Like right there. I mean, I don't hate it. So let me see if I can do that. So another Ambassador engine and another Argonaut fuel cover. We are applying the edits. And I want to purchase modules. Can I purchase basic? What would be in here? I can get an Argonaut cowling. That might work. Honestly, let's just do that. Let me get 2 Argonaut cowlings. And then let me trade modules. I need an Ambassador thruster. And I will give you... I'll give you one of my many reactors. Oops, I don't want to give you all of them. I'll give you 2 of them. Nice. Yeah, that is good for me. Okay. So now let's modify again. And I want to delete you. And we're gonna add another one of you. Right there. And we need to put on the Argonaut Howlings. Right there. Alright, and then just as a last check. Do we like that any better? I don't think so. That still is kind of just surprising me. I think the rounded is better. And I wish that this didn't like clip into the ground. I wish that this missile thing were just a little bit more flush. But I don't think I'm gonna like a missile sticking out the top. So I think that's about as good as we're gonna get it right now. So yeah, I think that that is our upgraded ship. We are applying the edits. And then we need to add a staircase. And I can add it in a few places, I think. But I think having this whole hab open would be nice. So let's put it right there. And then we can come up here, and then this is like our fancy area with all the ambassador sections. And our cockpit. Very nice. And then this is the more like industrial section. Okay, so we got some more rewards in phase 5 of all places. Cool. So we got an anomaly detector. Oh, I've got a lot of parts in my exosuit. Let's go drop those back off. So, we need to get our mission mission radar put back in. So that's good. Okay, we are gonna need a nutrition unit. Let's see, where do we want our nutrition unit? Maybe we put the nutrition unit back here. And can I make the refiner? I need some platinum to make the refiner, so not yet. A crew berth. It would be kind of nice to have that up in this section, I think. And is it reasonable to have it that close? I mean, we could, but I might start with it right there. Can I make a medipod? I can. I might just do that right next to the crew. Yeah, right there kind of sticks into the ladder a bit. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, we got our nutrition unit, we got a crew berth, we got a medipod, we can't make a refiner unit, so we just need a bunch of living walls and then any of the cargo racks that we want. And I think I want the cargo racks down here. And I think, yeah, so they look different depending on what type of section that you're in. And I kind of like having one back in this area. I like that industrial kind of look. Almost like an engine room-ish type thing. So I think I want one back there for sure. Now we're gonna need some living walls because we need to do our gardening. And having it by the window might be kind of nice. So let's at least get 2 of those in. And then in here's probably where I want our refining unit to go. And then we might throw at least another cargo rack or 2 with it. And if I wanted to put anything just on walls, is there any section that works better on? These are already really busy. So like that should probably have the cargo rack. Yeah, and then we've got these posters that we got for this expedition already. I wish that I could see this around my dude. There we go. Rotate. There we go. Now we've at least got a poster up, make the place feel a little bit more homey. Excellent. Okay, so now we need to make sure all this stuff is installed reasonably well. My goodness, this is a bit of a mess now. Okay, I think that I have all the different systems touching what they need to touch. Curious about... Aha! We did get it. Okay. Collection of plantable seeds, and we got our fancy gauntlet to do harvesting of things. Awesome. So, do any of these... They do have different grow times, so Frostwort is the fastest so far. Gravitinos are not bad either, and I know that they get us a lot of money. That's pretty quick too, and I think that those are pretty decent. So, honestly, let's just do Gravitinos, but those ran out. So how about Frostwort? We don't have... Can we grow anything else? Because that was all the Gravitino that we can grow right now. We would need more silver. Oh, we can go harvest some silver easy enough, honestly. Oh, and we should install that gauntlet as well. Oh, I didn't even realize we had Another layer of suit stuff going on down here. Okay, so we need to harvest our plants. We need to catch some fish and then prepare seafood in our nutrition unit. So I think what we do then is that we go harvest some more silver so that we can plant a few more gravitinos. And then go find a planet where we can do some fishing. That'll also give us a chance to try out this ship of ours here real quick. Alright, I don't remember how much silver we need, but we farmed a decent amount there. 120, we should have plenty for a couple more. Now I wish that I could see how much... Oh, growing time there. Cool, those only need like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So that's a lot faster than what it says on the planting thing. So maybe they grow faster on our ship or something? Nice. But what we really need is to go fishing. What you? A rocky planet? That doesn't seem like that would be good. I bet that's red water right there. Humid planet. That seems promising. Let's give that a shot. Alright. Well, this does indeed look like water to me. Alright. Now, I had put my... Oh, hey! Our portable refiner somehow, made it back on board. Let's just, shift that over there. Yeah, I had put my fishing rig in here. So we need to reinstall that. Alright, now, I have not done a whole lot of fishing. So... Now, I don't have any bait. This could be a problem. But, so I don't really remember totally how this goes. Oh, don't pull it in yet. There we go. All right. Well, I think that this will work. I don't think we have to do anything terribly fancy. Uh-oh, but the Sentinel doesn't like us. Ooh, we got an uncommon fish. Alright, Sentinel, just leave me alone, man. Manipulator. We're just gonna go hide underground. Yeah, let's make sure that our progress is tracking. Yep. Catch 2 out of 3 fish. Alright, so the Sentinels are deactivated. We've caught 2 out of the 3 fish, so as long as we can go run and catch a 3rd before the Sentinels get too mad, then we should be good. But that is tangleweed, not fish. At first I was going to say, I don't really know why they're having me fish in this expedition, but then I remembered it's because they want me to go use the nutrient processor on the ship. A message in a bottle. Alright. I mean, that's kind of fun, but also not what I'm looking for. There we go, a good old refuel. No Sentinel drones. You don't see me. Alright, well, while they're looking for us, let's get this reward. Get a Blaze Javelin unit, a Mass Accelerator unit. Right. Wait, what was this one? Harvest plants. Okay, yeah, we're waiting on that. That is right. There, I think we're safe. Okay, how are you guys doing? Can I harvest you? No, we need 8 more minutes. But let's go to our nutrient processor and see if I can just cook a fish. That will make a fleshy cylinder. That sounds gross. What happens if I add another ingredient? No, it does not like that. Okay. Ooh, I can put that in ingredient storage. What if I put wheat? No. What about sweet root? Ooh, starched fish. That sounds much better. Here, let's just keep making some things. Let's make some processed sugar. A refreshing drink. So if I also want to put, I guess we can keep our actual fishies in there. I wonder if I need to eat the meal for this to count. What is our milestone? Cook your catch. Maybe I just need to cook a plain fish. Sure. Yep, okay, there we go. Alright, that works for me. So let's get that. Ah, very nice. We get some more parts. And then we just need to harvest some plants, and it's going to take 2 harvests for us to be able to get that, and we still need 5 more minutes for those and 11 more minutes for those. So we might still have time to get a little bit done. So is there anything we can get in phase 3? We could start working our way toward the 3rd rendezvous station, because that's going to take, if it's anything like this last rendezvous station, it's going to take us a bit of time to get toward the next station. So I might just start warping my way that direction and see if we can then harvest our stuff, and that will then let us make some progress while we wait. Oh man, we're actually already making our jump to the next check-in station. This one was way closer. I feel like we somehow just like didn't take an optimal route to the previous station, even though it's what the game was telling me to do. We also did upgrade our warp capabilities, so maybe we were able to take a more direct route to this one. I do not know, but I'll take it. Only taking 2 jumps here was a lot faster than like the 7 or so that we took for the previous. But hey, we're able to go ahead and get this ready for phase 3. So let's go get checked in, because we do not have to fully finish phase 2 to be able to check in here for phase 3. And there we go. And also make sure we do our exosuit upgrade as usual. Alright, so what are our rewards there? We got some engine modules and a couple of inventory slots. Nice. And I don't have to feel bad about buying the ambassador engine, because that was not one of the things that we got there. Alright, now, are the plants ready? It looks like almost. Now these are okay, the other side definitely did not say it was ready, but we won't argue about it. Phase 2. Are we at 2 or are we at 4? We're at 1. Ah, it's just a visual glitch. Okay, so now we should be at 2. And then these will still be ready in like 4 minutes, and we can bring that up to 4. Okay, that's just a weird little visual thing that hopefully they will fix soon. So, you know, arguably I should have put 2 more in, even if it was temporary. But, you know, those aren't taking too long to grow. Now, that being said, I've been recording for a good while here, and I think, especially since we've got, you know, we're nearly halfway through phase 3 as well, I think that we might call it there, and then we can just finish off this last phase 2 item next time. And call it a day there. We've made some really good progress, honestly. Our ship is looking way better. We've got a whole nother phase down. We've got a freighter now. Been able to visit the anomaly, got a few more tech pieces unlocked, and got a bunch of additional spacesuit slots. And we're basically done with phase 2 here. It's literally just waiting real time for plants to grow, so I am pretty pleased with all that, I must say. So, and I mean, like look at this. Look at this ship. It's looking pretty fun. It looks way more fun from the front than it does from the back. Like, look at this thing. I'm pretty pleased with this. I think that this is a great start to our Corvette journey here. But yeah, we'll get that done next time. And let's see, our phase 3 stuff. We're going to install maneuverability modules, which you've already got 4 out of 6. So we are going to have to do a little bit more modification of our ship. We'll have to figure out what all can help our maneuverability. But then we're going to have to do some stuff, it looks like, on Dissonant Worlds. Discover some fauna, claim a multi-tool from a harmonic camp, and then eliminate corrupt sentinels. None of that should be too crazy. So we might even be able to... get on to phase 4, which, I mean, we're even getting close on this. With 2 out of 3 shields installed, 2 out of 3 weapons installed, and, you know, free fall, visit a system that's pirates. I mean, yeah, all this stuff might be doable. So I mean, we might be able to knock out 2 phases next time, and get close to wrapping up this expedition. Yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in once again here to our No Man's Sky playthrough. I hope you guys did enjoy our episode today. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you left a like on the video. It really helps me out as we are getting started here with a new series on the channel. If you want to make sure that you do catch the next episode, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Otherwise, I hope that you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you all again here very soon with some more No Man's Sky. See ya.